Welcome to the interactive body balance radio show for health and fitness tips.
Oh, here we go. Welcome back to Interactive Body Balance Radio. I'm your host, Mike Dasick, and thank you guys so much for joining our show today. From all over this great earth. We talk health, fitness, nutrition, functional medicine, personal development, all of the above, right? Okay. How have you all been? I hope you're all doing great. I really do. As always, you know it, I say it almost every podcast. Life is good. We're busy. So busy. It's great. Life's back to even better, hopefully, than before. Lots of business meetings, lots of events. Just got back from the horses. Kids got hockey. It's amazing, right? Just get out and enjoy life even more now with a lot of the COVID restrictions done and everything that went along with that. Just people living life. But what is today's show on? Okay, I got this question, I think 5 times in the past week. It was about 5, maybe 4, 5, 6, I don't know. It's a lot of times I got this question, just in the past week, right? So I thought I'd do a podcast on it. And the topic of the day is TRT, or testosterone replacement therapy. Think hormones. Hormones. People are seeking lots of advice, either to run tests to see how their hormones are. We've mentioned that in the past, looking at the Dutch panel, and you can do blood draws, so we do both to check out your hormones and where they're at, and as well too, right? What does that mean to the individual person? So what do their hormones mean? If they're low, how do they improve them? You know, what should they do? Should they go on TRT? If they're on TRT and it's not working, what's going on? All right. So what is TRT? So I already said, right? Testosterone replacement therapy. People typically get put on this if they go to see their doctor and they get their lab numbers back and their testosterone is on the lower end, right? So there's different ranges, as you guys can imagine, all around the world. But let's just go with what we see, right? Typically, if you are in the range of 280 to, let's just say, 700, they'll say you're within range, right? Roughly. It varies. Let's just say 280, 290 to 700. You're within the range of good testosterone levels, right? If you're below that, let's just say you're 220, 230, or even lower, 150, 180, they're going to say you have low testosterone. So what will happen a lot of times is they'll look at other hormones, but, if other hormones are in balance, like estrogen and progesterone and DHEA and all kinds of many other ones. But if they're in balance and you're a little low, they may put you on that therapy, right? So it helps men when you get put on this, takes that low T, raises the testosterone, because T, I just call it T, right, folks? But T is responsible for the development of the male reproductive parts, the testes, your voice, facial hair, libido, muscle size, bone growth, mood. Testosterone is really responsible for a lot of things in men. Not primarily, it is in some of those instances, but also not. And if you are, having deficiencies or low testosterone in those areas, you could have low libido, fatigue, weight gain, depression. As I already said, the opposite, right? Low bone mass, irritability. And here's the thing about testosterone, right? After, I think it's about 35, you lose about 1 to 2% per year. So your testosterone levels decline 1 to 2% every year after the age of 35. So a lot of men coming to see me in their 40s and 50s and even, 60s, some of them, they're asking about it because their testosterone is dropping. So it's always good to get your testosterone checked, in your 20s when you're vibrant and vital and everything's going great, and then throughout life, right? Lots of blood tests you can do for it. As I said, you can get it tested through the Dutch panel, like through a urine test. Both are great. Both have their own purpose. But, I'm talking with the numbers, right now for blood markers. So you go with your doc and you say that, and then you're low. Then what do you do, right? And I get this. This is the primary reason of this podcast is, what you can do naturally, right? Ways to do that. What's the difference between steroids and testosterone? I get that a lot too. And this is the reason why I'm doing this show, to educate people and give them the goods. All right. So I already talked about what testosterone is, what is it good for, what's TRT, testosterone replacement therapy. What happens? What about steroids? Okay, steroids are anabolic, it means growth. They're also illegal. They can contain other hormones. They can contain HGH. They can contain insulin. A lot of times they do, right? So if you have a little matrix, which I always love to do in life, testosterone replacement therapy, physician monitored. They try to bring your levels from the lower, let's just say 150s, 200s, back into that normal range. Let's just say 500, 600, right? So it's physician monitored, it's legal, and there's small doses, right? So think of TRT as increasing your testosterone, up to the normal levels to get you back in range, kind of that way. Steroids, they are illegal. As I said, there are other chemicals in them. The testosterone that's in them is 10 to 100 times stronger, way above the limits. You're not looking at 3, 4, 500, 600. You could be into the thousands, right, of your testosterone levels. So when you get that high and you have testosterone that goes through the roof and it's not monitored and it's got other chemicals into it, use at your own risk. That's all I'm saying. This show is for men that want to get on TRT because they're low and they want to get in range, right? Now, how's TRT administered? You can get oral delivery. That's a tough one. They don't do a lot of it because it's the first pass, as you guys know, if you take an oral supplement, right? It goes through the digestive tract, first pass through the liver. So not all of it will be absorbed properly in the liver and the different functionality of the liver in terms of enzymes and different proteins and stuff can also degrade it. So injection, so intramuscular, TRT is delivered that way. Through patches, there's gel, different ways to get it. And again, speak to your physician on this. Always speak to your doctor on this stuff. I'm just giving you the education of should you or should you not do it, right? So many ways to do it. You also got to look at, the dosage of TRT, right? Two things on this. There's free testosterone, which I'll touch on, and total testosterone. So free testosterone is bioavailable, right? So that's what it is, total amount. Free is unbound, no SHBH, so that's sex hormone binding globulin. We talk about this a lot. I don't want to make the show too technical based for people, but it's the free testosterone is unbound, no SHBH, as I said. Very important. Many people, look at that ratio of free testosterone and the total amount. Free testosterone is usually about 2% of the total amount of testosterone. So just when you're thinking that, because even people with like low free testosterone of 1%, you have to treat them differently than someone who's got, let's just say 2% of free testosterone compared to the total amount. The Dr. Peter Attia does a great job explaining this. I don't have the time on this show. We're already at 8 minutes here. But Dr. Attia talks about free testosterone, total testosterone, how he checks it. It's great, right? Dosage. I get a lot of this, right? 80 to 200 mgs per week. So people, if they're going to start out TRT, how much should they take? You don't want to overdo it. You don't want your testosterone high, as I said. But I typically, when people come to see me and they ask about it, they're at 80 to 200 mgs per week or 0.4 to 1 cc per week. Very important to understand that, right? Your dosage. Do not go too high. Do not get too much. There's side effects if you have too much testosterone. That's for another show. Just look them up. But you want to be in a good range when you speak to your physician. As I alluded to before, many people come to me because other hormones are imbalanced. So they are low in T, they're low in other ones, or they get on the TRT and then the other ones get messed up. Check your estrogen and other hormones, as I said maybe 5 minutes ago. Run a full panel on your hormones. It's a full picture of what's going on. Don't just look at your T and say, oh, it's fine or it's low, and then go from there. Look at your other hormones. All right. Also, this is important here. When you get injected with testosterone, TRT, your T starts getting high about day 3 after the injection. So if you get injected and you get your tested on day 1, you might be low still. But if you get tested on day 3 or 4, that's when the T kicks in, right? So a lot of people, look at that in terms of their timing of getting it. Also, estrogen is higher on day 7 after being injected of T. So you just got to watch, when you test, because some people say, oh, I'm higher in estrogen. It all matters on the timing of when you get tested after getting your TRT. Now I get this a lot. So this is just on the TRT. It's a lot. You can replay this podcast. How can you naturally improve your testosterone levels? So if you don't want to do TRT, or you looked at the side effects, or it's just not for you, and that's up to you and your physician, right? Kind of explain the differences with steroids, kind of went on dosages. What about natural ways? So myself, my testosterone, it's a couple things. So genetics, but also lifestyle, food, supplements. That is how you get good testosterone. Lifestyle, environment, food, supplements, and of course genetics plays a role. Who are we kidding? Don't doubt that. Healthy fats, zinc, stinging nettle, good quality sleep, good fish, shellfish, oysters, all very good. And I said it before and I'll say it again, the red light therapy. Red light therapy, we have a panel, it boosts testosterone. Just Google red light therapy and testosterone. You get a panel, you want to improve your testosterone, get under the red light therapy. Super helpful. Got many other tricks, many other supplements that work well for it that have been documented, right? Now, there's a lot of stuff out there, people selling BS. Here's the thing, folks. I don't sell supplements. Don't make a dime off of supplements. Matter of fact, I order supplements for my patients at cost. They know it. Got 2 orders today for people. Can you order these for me, Mike? At cost. I don't make a dime. I don't want to. I don't own a business. Lots of people do, so I have no vested interest in telling you. I always say, go to Healthy Planet, go anywhere you want, get your subs. Don't care. But foods, as I said, the different types of oysters and shellfish and fish, the healthy fats and all that, it works great. The red light works great. Lots of stuff works great. Exercise works great. Doing a lot of legs works great. Very helpful. Exercise is great in improving testosterone levels. Got to move, folks. Got to move, right? That's a lot. I know we're 12 minutes in now. But if you have any, that's like your crash course in 10 minutes on TRT and what does it mean? I'll end with this on this topic. If you're feeling any of those symptoms I mentioned before, get tested. See where you're at and make a decision. Can you fix it naturally? Can you improve naturally? If you can't, speak to a physician. Maybe going on TRT is a solution for you. It's up to you and your doc. I don't give any advice either way. It's based on what you feel. Your decision, right? But know the facts. Know the data. Know what's going on. Know why you should or shouldn't. Got it? I hope you like that. All right. I think I'm going to have a drink here of my nice natural drink. It's good. It's like an acai drink. It's purple. It's a grape. Good. All right. You know the website, MikeDaciuk.com. We're blessed to have you guys over there. MikeDaciuk.com. InteractiveBodyBalance.com. Please check it out. The first book, Transformation from Within, it's free on the website. Second book, How to Restore Your Health. I think you can get 2 chapters for free. We do the books all the time. I might do another one. I'm thinking about it, but we're just so busy. It's crazy, but I love it. I love doing it for people. What else? Mike Daciuk, Interactive Body Balance on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter. We're all over there. LinkedIn, because I do a ton of corporate work, as you guys know. So just go over there and check us out, follow, and just share, please, with your friends. What do I tell my kids every day? Kids, you got to work hard. No substitute for hard work. Number 2, you got to add value to this world, right? You got to add your skill set to the world. The world needs what you have. Offer it, the skills, the value to this world. Number 3, help other people. Go out of your way to make someone else's day better. Help other people. Give, charities, volunteer, etc. Number 4, smile and have some fun. You never know when this merry-go-round will end. You guys need to have fun. You need to laugh. I think it's Super Bowl weekend. I don't watch a lot of sports aside from some hockey games because we're so busy. But at Super Bowl, I had 2 client meetings on Sunday night. And they got back to me and says, Mike, hey, I forgot it's the Super Bowl. Can we move it to whatever, Monday or Tuesday night? All right, so it's busy, but have fun. Live with passion. Live with purpose. Live with intent. I hope you liked this show. I hope it was informative for you. I do these when I get a lot of questions on this topic, and I don't think I've ever done one on TRT specifically. I've done lots of shows on hormones, but TRT. So file it away. Look it up. I'm just here to provide guidance. Always seek the advice of your doctor first. Of course, I've said that many times, but it's true. They're your primary care physician. This is just what I see. And we'll go from there. Team, take care. We'll talk to you guys real soon.